Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to Double Advantage, a D&D podcast, or show, actually. I'm still stuck in my old ways, where none of us have any idea what's going on at any given moment. It's complete and utter chaos, but guess what? We love it. I am your Dungeon Master, John, and along with me, like always, are my beautiful friends, so let's go ahead and get them introduced, starting with the one and only Mr. Blazing Torchic?
Hello everyone, my name is Blazing Torchic. I play Melon Sarkador, the male wood elf rogue of the soul knife archetype. I like to stab things with my cool knives and throw those knives as well.
Yes, he does, and welcome to the surprise entrance episode, I suppose. Next up, we have BryceKrispie.
What's up, guys? BryceKrispie94 here. I am not hiding in my chair because my chair is kind of right now. But I play Volstagg, the half-orc druid. You can catch me wild shaping into all sorts of things during the episodes.
Hell yeah. Go check out the last episodes. No longer accompanied by Annabelle, the Myconid monk known as Noki, but she was able to deliver a great performance with these gentlemen and created a nice little arc that is coming to a close here. So go check out those episodes. They're really fun. And just check out the whole series if you're new, because it's just been a doozy of a time, and each episode gets better and better. So go ahead and check it out. Before we start, special shout out to the artists of the show, Renny, Texas, Carl, Uber, and Mitch Ninja. Without them, this would not be possible. And we got some special things in the works on top of this 2.0 Double Advantage that we spent a little bit of time working on and getting used to. So stay tuned. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary of Double Advantage. That will be this March 14th, 2022. Stick out for that. It's slowly coming up, and so really excited to see what comes from that. A year. We've been doing this for almost a year. It feels like nothing, but
mental.
Time flies, man. Time flies. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into episode 35. Oh fuck, episode 35. That can't be right. Somebody correct me, please. Oh my god, episode 35 of Double Advantage. In the last episode, in the last string of episodes, our adventurers, the Lightbreakers, made their way into the Underdark as a mission under the Arcanist Ossian Willowgin to discover the true origins behind Malarn Sakador's powers. Upon arrival, they were met with a series of problems that occurred, especially with their companion at the time, Chris Farley Amadeus, who ended up betraying them and leaving them in the dust with some Myconids, who, as a thanks for saving their lives, offered them to bring them to the Lumen Grove, their home within the region known as Caesarius, this beautifully lush and extravagant mushroom-riddled area, bioluminescence with rivers running through it, these unique creatures kind of integrated with the magic of the area. And eventually they were tasked with removing a Durgar outpost camp, met up with the Shadow Stalker, Noki, who had a relatively, I don't know, fighting belief as opposed to the regular Myconids, who were more peaceful and inclined to not fight and punch holes through Durgar's stomachs whenever possible. But they were able to help out in that scenario, but they discovered that Caesarius seemed to have this decay, this corruption emanating about it. And they decided that this was something that needed to be taken care of swiftly. And after lots of travel with very little rest, eventually they were able to reach the center, where the heart of Caesarius was being corrupted by this creature. This energy was being sucked and sapped from the area as a way to give way to the surface world. And the female Durgar druid who was leading this was creepy and was discussing how this was going to be a boon for her people. But the Lightbreakers decided that that was not something they thought was going to happen, and swiftly eradicated all signs of the creature. And then Volstagg put a sword through her throat, as he has this new weapon that crackles with thunderous and lightning energy. And what I would like to do before we start, or as we start, is in the last episode, for the sake of expediency, we were reaching the 3-hour mark, which I know some D&D shows go far beyond that, but I was kind of trying to expedite it, especially because we had been playing for a while and it was getting late for some of us. So I'm going to do a little rewind flashback here where we're going to play out a few key moments after the battle had ensued. So the Myconids have already arrived in your area to basically be backup. So what do you do in the moments leading up to them, collecting you all, making sure, and starting to make your leave back to the Lumen Grove?
So I'm pretty sure I've already collected all my belongings, because I think I was doing that as the mushrooms showed up.
Sorry, I just choked on my shit. Sorry, that was
Good?
really loud as hell. I'm good. Man,
It's okay,
fuck.
my cat jumped into the window while you were doing your intro. So.
Nice! Love it. Okay, sorry about that. I promise I'm okay. Continue, please, with your question.
Yeah, I think I've I guess, would this be the time I was gathering that, or have I already gathered up all my stuff? Because I know the Thunder Wave knocked a lot of stuff loose.
I think you said that you collected all your stuff, and then I narrated the Myconids coming through. So I would say at this point you would already have all of your stuff together. You still have the sword, which is still crackling a little bit. Excuse me.
All right. Then, yeah, I think after I'd gathered my stuff, I would have walked over to the fallen Duergar and gave her a pretty thorough once-over.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, please.
That is a 16, so...
16?
Plus 2, 18.
18. 18 is very good. Obviously, you find the withered hand staff that she was wielding, wrapped with this leather and the painted black fingernail-esque tips at the top of the hand. Kind of looks like that, outstretched upwards. And you find that. You find this this kind of sickly dark green bag that is pretty hefty. It's a big bag. It's like a kind of like a watermelon-sized pouch. It's not very heavy, but it feels like there are things in it.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like, it feels like it's a bag filled with like a couple of rocks. So, pick that up. And you find a book. A leather-bound book, lots of loose leaf paper. Not kept up very well. Looks like maybe it had been dropped into some water at certain points in time. It's definitely a rough and tumble book, but you have that.
Okay.
Sakura?
I would still be wondering what on earth is going on. I'd glance over at the Cataplepus and see if that thing is dead.
It's dead. It's real dead. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Real dead.
Doesn't it have like an extra 2 knife holes in it from you?
Oh no, that was the
Oh no, the Duergar.
I threw it at the Duergar.
Yeah.
I was just like, please let me throw these knives.
Yeah.
I want the D100s. But yeah, and I'll just go over to you and be like, wow, that's a cool sword.
It's shocking. And I mean that in the literal sense. It electrified.
Well, it seems this place is full of wacky and wonderful things.
Yes, I don't know how it electrified. I don't know if it tapped into the energy within me or if it has energy within itself.
Well, at least that kind of makes sense for you. Me going to whatever pink place I went to is a bit more confusing. Was I inside my mind?
You were gone. I looked over one moment and it was just Noki and I was like...
Wait, so I was just gone?
You were just gone.
Well, this is...
Pink place?
Yes, it was very pink. I guess we have more questions for Willigen.
Would I have any idea of a pink place?
Make a history check.
Okay. That's a 16 again.
16 again.
So 18.
Sakura, please go ahead and also make a history check for me using your brand new dice.
Let's go! You know what, I'm gonna roll the big one.
Okay.
What's my history modifier? That's a 5.
Okay, yeah, so everything's playing out the same. There's no additional information. Volstagg, the way that Sakura describes it is it's relatively basic in the sense, like, you know, you start thinking yourself, okay, pink.
Right.
But as you start thinking, like, okay, pink, his body wasn't around, which means he went somewhere, leads you to believe that he was shunted to a different plane of existence.
Okay.
Which one? You have no idea. But you know that he was no longer on Eros.
Wait, quick question. Could I breathe in that place? Or like, was there oxygen?
You can breathe.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Is there anything else you wish to do in this moment, as the Myconids are currently tending to Noki and making sure that everything's okay, while also ushering that it is time to make way?
I believe
No.
Sakador's done.
Yeah, I think I'm also done.
So you make your way. The ending sequence acts as normal, and the two of you see Caecilius, or not Caecilius, well, yeah, Caecilius fading in the distance, as it is now just a beacon of light without any distinguishable features, similarly to when you first approached Caecilius. And the two Myconids that are leading you are the two Myconids that you saved. Ulor and Ovi are once again guiding you up. And over time, as time passes, they wrap their roots around you and begin to extend as they climb up the towering cliffside that you had all previously scaled down to get to the Lumen Grove, and eventually drop you off at that top, that little circular area where it had dropped down. And if I remember correctly, the way it was is you guys fought Amadeus in that cavern. You found Ulor and Ovi, went down and came across, after a while, the circular cavern, which on one side dropped down flush all the way. There on the other side, adjacent, was the path that you had traveled, and then on the other wall to the left was another path that you all didn't go through. And so now you are brought up to the top here, and they both look at you, give you a gentle nod, and then begin to scale downwards back towards the grove.
Well, I guess, do we leave or go down the other path?
Well, do you think we have enough information for Willogen?
I mean, we have the stuff you got from the Durgar. We have the information about the Durgar, sort of. We have lots of questions about the mushrooms and Pink Place. I think that's enough. And also the spores from the Myconids.
It's true. Also, we have the reef that he might be able to examine.
We do as well. I forgot you about that. I think we have everything we could possibly get.
Alright. Well, let's head back to the surface world and hope our horses are okay.
Yeah, be a problem if they somehow got loose.
Go ahead. Volstagg, both of you, make. Let me see. Because I always just don't know how to figure this kind of stuff out, because it's the brain skills that always screw with me. I want to see, because this has been a toll on your body. This entire experience has not been easy. It has been draining your body. It has been draining your mind. And at a certain stage, you lost track of time altogether. So I want to see if either one of you are able to understand how long it has truly been. So I would say both of you just make standard intelligence checks to see if you can truly figure it out. I don't know really if that's the best skill, but that's all I can come up with.
Alright.
I would say the natural survival.
Survival's not bad.
Intelligence or survival.
I'll let you do intelligence or survival. That's a smarter idea.
Well, I got a +3 on survival, so come on, dice, don't do me dirty.
I'll do survival.
Ooh.
I have a +7.
21.
21.
Yep. I got a 14.
Okay.
13. 13, sorry. With my +7.
Volstagg, a lot has happened for you. You went bald. You had a turtle shell on your back.
Is my hair back?
It's back.
Okay.
It is now back. It was back when you got to the Grove, as you traveled a fair bit to get back. So it is now back. It is perfectly the same way, unless you wish to grow it differently, as that was something that could be done. If you wanted to grow it in a different way, you could. But if you want to keep it the way it was, that's also fine.
Yeah, keep it.
So, lots of things have happened to you. You embodied lightning twice. It has been a long time for you, and you personally feel it has been at least 2 weeks. Sakura, you know that it has only been 1 week.
Just one? Oof.
Especially Volstagg, your reasoning for this being the amount of not rest you got, but a lot of travel you did. And it made it seem like time just went by so slowly. But in fact, Sakura, it was only a week. It is currently the 6th of Zykix. It hasn't even been a week since you dispatched of Amadeus. As you got into the Underdark on the 1st, and on the 2nd you were betrayed. And it is the 6th. So, it hasn't been that long. So your horses, after Sakura, you thinking this, your horses, how much, I think you gave them a week worth of, right? Is that true?
I think we give them enough, but
I think you did.
at least a week.
I think you did. So you reckon they should be good for another few days. And you also remember that you checked out a book from the library that had a 2-week date on it. So you're halfway through that. So I thought I would remind you that because
Better get that back.
Because the DM lost track of the days and had to watch every episode up until this point to figure out what day it fucking was. And I still think that I'm wrong, but whatever. So you both would know, or you would know that it's a week, while Volstagg believes that it has been 2. So anyway, you two wish to go down the path that brought you here. You are returning to the surface. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead and make somebody a survival check, just to see if you can successfully traverse this area, even though you've done it once before. See if you can manage after all the time that you have been waiting here.
I've got a +7 to it, but I've also
But your
not been
previous
rolling
roll.
that well. So, if you
I
want
mean,
to see if I can
we'll
redeem
go with
myself,
the plus. Try and redeem yourself.
it's a 9, so 16.
Okay, that's pretty good.
A little better.
You go ahead, you lead the way. Have you at any point sheathed the sword? Or have you just been holding it out this entire time?
I've probably tucked it into my belt since I only have the one sheath.
Okay.
So right now I'm kind of like just sword tucked, probably next to the actual sheath of my sword.
What you noticed whenever this had happened at any point, when you sheathed it, it stopped crackling. And when you sheathed it, you watched as inside the storm that was swirling within the blade stopped and disappeared. And once again, it was just a crystal clear glass-like blade once you sheathed it. But you also know that when it was out, it was emanating a light. And right now you guys are currently traveling in darkness.
Well, we got dark vision, both of us.
We do have dark
That's true.
vision.
You only see shades of gray, but sure.
Yeah.
So,
I'll pull out a torch. I think I still have some torches.
okay.
Wait, Sakura would like to do something.
Okay.
Are the walls still purple? Because I remember something about purple walls.
Yeah, it's like a purple stone.
Okay.
Like a purplish gray kind of stone.
Would I be able to use my crowbar and try and get, like, a chunk of this stone?
Make an attack on the wall.
Okay, I'm assuming it would be with my strength modifier.
Yeah, this is going to be a strength, no proficiency. So this is just a d20 plus your strength.
Okay, let's go.
So it's
Tiny
not the
dice time.
stand that likes to hit rocks.
Yeah, what's up with you and your characters hitting rocks, bro? What the fuck? Go watch Bryce's one shot.
I have had good reasons both times.
I don't know if the first time was a good reason.
First time was great.
What's the AC on a wall?
It's a wall. What did you do?
Plus my strength modifier, right? Just my strength?
Just your strength. Yeah, it's a crowbar.
Well, small dice rolled a small number, and that's a 5 total. Do I miss the wall?
You hit the wall, but you hit the wall, but like you hit it and like your hands start shaking and it sends a reverberation through your body, like when you hit a baseball really terribly, and like it just shakes your butt, like you have like the numb feeling in your hands. It doesn't break anything. And Volstagg, you look down at the ground and there are rocks everywhere in this cavern.
I just look at it. What the hell are you doing?
The rock's purple.
Yeah, it's a cave, dude. Hey, you're the one who said before we started Sakato's not that smart.
That is true. After hitting
Very
the wall, I would
puzzled
just
look.
look down and see like a bunch of rocks and just go, oh. Okay. And just pick up a rock.
Okay, you have a couple. You have like 4 rocks to do with what you please with these rocks. Fucking Sakato or Torchic and his rocks, dude. Your next character better be an Earth Genasi,
Right.
Oh, yes.
or I'm gonna lose my shit.
Ugh.
Anyway, okay, so, as you begin traveling, not Torchic, sorry, Volstagg. I don't even know what the hell happened there in my brain. You pulled out a torch. You said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're leading the way with the torch. This is gonna scare. Well, actually, I need to do something, and it might confuse you and scare you guys.
I am now scared.
Anytime you do something,
Yeah.
it scares and
Yeah.
confuses me.
This might change everything though. Nope, that's an okay. I need one of you. You can choose, and it's gonna scare you, but it's not what it is. I need one of you to roll a D100 for me.
God.
I'm rolling it.
It's not.
Alright.
I know that phrase for the rest of time will scare the shit out of you, but it has nothing to do with the grove, as you are out of there.
I hit the wall and I'm rolling the D100. I'm scared.
Okay. Yeah, I want you guys to do it so that there's something that we can.
49. I forgot how to read a D100.
49. Okay, hold on. I gotta.
What do you roll for that? A D10 and a D...
A D10 and a
D10.
D100, or the
Yeah,
D10 and the
D10.
percentile.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So these
Okay.
two.
I
The
need-
ones that look exactly alike, they just have different numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
49.
I'm pretty sure the first thing I rolled with the D100 was 99.
Wow.
Wait, what happens if you roll double zeros like that?
That's 100.
Double zeros is 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you roll double zeros and then a 10, is that 100? That would just be 100.
10.
Because...
That's
I
10.
think.
Double zeros and
That's-
10 is 10. 0 and 0 because
It's
know.
confusing.
I don't know. Let's just not talk about it. No. Okay.
Okay.
I got you. I know what it is. I'm pretty sure 0, 0, and 0 is 100 because 0 means 10.
Right.
0, 0, and 1 means 1.
Right.
That's what it is.
Because you can't roll 110 because
Yeah.
it's technically a D100.
Yeah. So when you
Okay,
roll,
yeah.
so when you roll 110, you roll 1. 49, you say.
Yeah.
Wow.
How interesting is this?
That is. It was a 50-50.
So
you-
you got as close as possible.
You literally got as close as you possibly could, and with a
Now
49,
this is gonna be bad or good.
Volstagg, as you're walking, you begin with your passive perception.
My hair.
No, your hair's safe. I won't
Okay.
touch your hair ever again, I promise. With your passive perception, you start to feel the ground rumbling very slightly. Sakato, you
Wait,
currently
wasn't
don't.
this thing like an active volcano? Or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
You would know. Well, would you know?
Because I did read that book about it.
Oh, you're right. You did read a book about these mountains. So you would know that, and I'll probably flash the map on screen for everybody, and for you guys, I'll resend the map so you can look at it. So you were
I've got it.
reading about the geography of Eros, and when you were looking at Keelmark itself is not a volcano, but up north a little bit more is Quivervast, the volcano that Volstagg, you would know. Sakura, Sakura, you would know because of the book you read, and Volstagg, you would know because you lived in Kielmark for so long, and you were a sheltered child. You both know the last time the last time Quivervast erupted was about 400 years ago, and that was when the Quivervast Islands were first formed. And now the Quivervast Islands are a very heavily populated tourist attraction with very much capitalistic intentions, as it has flourished in a beautiful sense, and has been taken advantage of by people who traveled there. Anyway, you feel this slight rumbling at your feet, and you get a sense, like it's like a sense in the back of your head. Immediately, earthquake. But Sakura, you don't feel shit. Like, not even anything, but Volstagg, it's almost, like, intense for you because of how high your perception is.
I hit the wall and an earthquake starting to happen.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what happened.
Did I cause this?
Yeah, that's actually the series of events that occurred. You hit the wall, picked up some rocks, and then you don't see anything, and you don't feel anything. But Volstagg, you feel the rumbling.
I need to stop hitting rocks. The rumbling is coming.
This is repercussions for your fucking rock actions, okay?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
They're mad at you.
I literally have it in my notes. It was a 50-50, so.
So, great.
So if I rolled 50,
erupted a volcano.
If I rolled a 50, would this not have happened? I was on that very fine line.
It was.
We don't know if the volcano's erupting though.
You have no idea what's going on.
It could just be an earthquake.
Yeah, we just know.
Okay. That's the conclusion that Volstagg has jumped to at this moment. Sakura, you don't know anything. You don't feel anything. But after about 30 more seconds, it gets stronger. And now, at this point, Sakura, you feel it. And then all of that information about Quivervast pops into your head. Volstagg, it's getting stronger. And at this point, Sakura can feel it, and you feel it intensely right now.
Oh, well, this doesn't feel good.
I think we need to get out of these tunnels as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to go now.
And as you begin to have this conversation, it starts to intensify even more, and the walls, like the entire cavern, is beginning to shake and crumble. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
There's the chunks of rock I wanted. Dex save throw?
Yeah.
22.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna put that dice away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you have both. Okay, so one has failed, one has succeeded. Okay. Let me go ahead and just really quickly.
Yeah, 22. That sounded like a lot of dice.
It did.
Volstagg, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
God, Jesus.
As the cavern begins to crumble and fall and break down on you. You're kind of holding your shield up and it's blocking some rocks, and then this one rock just cracks down on you, kind of pinning you to the ground. Sakura, you will take no damage because of evasion. Or do you not have evasion yet?
I do not. That's next level.
Okay, then you will take 5.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
You can uncanny dodge it to 2.
3, because rounded up.
You're right, 3. You can uncanny dodge that to 3. As they're all falling down, you look over and you see Volstagg has just been pinned, and you kind of get cut in the face as you dodge out of the rest of the rocks that are falling through. I need both of you to roll D100s to see which side of the cavern you end up on.
Oh no!
Should we roll these on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, sure. And I'll be upfront about it.
Okay.
1 to 50 will be the side that you just came from, therefore being, I guess, quote unquote bad for you guys. And then 51 to 100 will be on the other side, which is quote unquote good for you guys. So you guys can go ahead and roll that. And let's see. I got to open up.
27.
95.
Oh no!
Oh shit. Okay, so that means that Oh shit! That means that Sakuro is on
Because
the
he could
bad
have
side.
wild shaped. He could have wild shaped into like a small animal and gone through.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Okay. So as this all occurs, Volstagg, as it's falling, you decide to run for it. Just book it. And as you're making it that way, you get hit with that, pinned, but you are on the other side of it. Sakuro, you tried to run too, but it started collapsing in this weird way, and you dodged out of it, but you dodged backwards. And now there's just this crumble of rocks that has blocked this barrier in between the two of you. Sakuro on the side closest to the grove, and Volstagg on the other side, but currently pinned a little bit.
Okay.
I'll just try and shout, Volstagg, are you there?
Can
Are you
me?
alive?
Or can I hear him?
You can hear him.
Okay.
It's not like it's a big
Okay.
it's a layer of rock, but like because of the way they're
Right.
stacked up against each other, there's little like holes.
All right. I'm okay. I took a hit. I'm a little pinned, but I should be okay.
Okay, I'll try and find a way through here, I guess. Is there any, like, rocks I can pull out?
These are some heavy rocks. The pieces that fell through are hefty. And it would take not only a lot of strength, but probably multiple people to remove these rocks.
Is there any
Okay.
gaps I can see that I'd be able to fit through, maybe?
Make a perception check. Or perception or investigation, I'll let you choose.
While he's doing that, am I able to like
Investigation.
get myself unpinned?
Make a strength check. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, my strength fucking sucks.
This dice.
Hey man. Rocks,
I'm
bro.
gonna throw it.
You can't use your
That's
You can't use your wisdom to move a rock.
I got a 6.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay. You see an opening, Sakuro, and you try to squeeze through it. You just can't do it. It's just too small. And Volstagg, after some time, it'll take you a while. You're able to unstick yourself. It's not like you've been like pinned in like a broken leg or a broken arm. It's just a bunch of rubble has like you've used your shield as kind of like a barricade, and so
Oh yeah, I have a shield.
yeah.
I always forget that.
But it's made of it's made of wood.
I was like, it's made of wood.
Enough. I'll stop with the percentile die. Roll a d20 for me. 1 to 10, it breaks. 11 to 20, it's okay.
Oh shit. 16. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. It was able to. And you
Sturdy wooden shield.
So after a little bit of time, maybe about 5 minutes, you're able to just kind of slowly roll out of the way, and then the rest of it falls down. So you have freed yourself. Sakuro, you've tried to crawl into everything you could, and you couldn't do it.
Okay. I'm gonna try my plan.
Okay.
Sakuro, I have an idea. I got myself free. Stand back a little bit.
How far back are we talking?
I know what you're doing.
Not very far back. And I'm going to wild
Okay.
shape into a giant badger.
I lied. I did not know what you were doing.
I was expecting erupting Earth.
I was expecting erupting earth too.
No, I'm not gonna like risk collapsing the whole tunnel.
Okay.
You know what,
Okay.
that's a fair point.
Okay, Badger.
Badger. And then I'm going to try and burrow under the rocks and up to him.
Very smart.
Would I be able to fit in that?
How big's a badger?
Medium.
Are you a giant badger?
Giant badger.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, I don't, dude, a badger? Like, that's smart.
No,
but
yeah, sorry.
I was like, badger. Okay. So
Giant badger.
You use one of your wild shapes, which you guys were able to rest. So this is just one tick off. With a giant badger, medium creature, you would create a medium-sized hole for a medium-sized creature, such as Sakuro. And you dig, you burrow, and you pop up on the other side. Sakuro, you see this kind of slightly greenish tinted giant badger with a smaller little greenish tint badger on the side. As he pops up.
Pop up.
Oh, well, hello there. I'm assuming that is you, Volstagg.
I was nod my little badger head, flip around and go back.
Well, this was resolved quicker than I thought, and I'll just hop in the hole. Let's go.
All right. You successfully made your way out of that. Good for you. Good on you.
That was a lot quicker than I thought.
Stumped the DM. I'll tell you what. I was like, he's gonna erupting earth, and I was like, how the fuck's that gonna work? Like, shit, that might cause another earthquake. Like, fuck. What am I gonna do?
Either erupting earth or like tidal wave, whatever that is.
I thought what you were gonna do.
Flood the tunnel.
I thought what you were gonna do is just wild shape to crawl through one of the holes, and then you guys were gonna just have to figure it out. I didn't even think about badgers.
Badger.
So yeah. Well, actually, wait a minute. It's a cave.
Is the floor rock?
In theory, can you
rock?
dig through rock? Because that's kind of the
know.
circumstance we're looking at right now.
It just says, I just have a burrow speed of 10 feet.
Because that might complicate things. Because I
Depends
forgot.
on how hard the rock is.
I assumed it would probably, take me a little bit.
Fuck. I want to reward you for being smart about it, but I also. Okay, this will determine it then. Go ahead and make a strength check to see if you can dig your way through it.
Do I use the badger strat?
yeah.
It doesn't matter. They both suck.
You would use the badger strength. I feel bad.
They're the same. I'm a badger. I got a 16, so that's a 17.
I would say that. Just kind of.
Also, I think this dice might only roll 6 and 16.
Okay, good to know. We'll say that the earthquake kind of caused some of it to crack, the floor itself crack, and you were able to kind of get your claws in and break the thicker layer of rock, and then eventually you made way into soil per se. Not soil like in the hydrated sense, just very dry and rough soil, but eventually you'll be able, I'll say it takes a little bit of time, but with that high of a strength roll, I'll say that you're able to do that. So everything works as planned. We don't have to worry about that. And Sakura, you make it to the other side successfully.
Well, remind me to never hit a wall with a crowbar again.
I'm still a badger.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, you can't talk when you do this. Well, let's get going.
Okay. All right. So you guys go ahead. You make your way forward. And after a stretch of time, Volstagg, your wild shape will fade. And after a little bit more travel, you guys start to feel exhausted. Not exhausted like exhaustion, but you start to get very tired. You remember this disgusting feeling of everything being the same for hours. And it's hard to breathe. I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws to see how this affects you. I'm
I think
getting
we're gonna get payback for all them con saving throws on the death ray.
I'm getting your money's worth on those dice, bro.
I swear to
You
God, I just got
are-
another 16.
Okay.
I got 15.
Okay, you both are able to avoid any levels of exhaustion as your breathing is maintained at a nice pace. Please, Sakura, if you could you roll a Constitution saving throw for Quellen? Quellen's Constitution is +1.
Okay.
Oh,
You are
shit.
really making me roll these dice. Oh. Weldon is not a large creature. Should I roll a dex saving throw for Quellen?
Roll a dex saving throw for Quellen. Dex, it has a dex of +2.
That's an 18.
Okay. Quellen was fine. Actually, Quellen takes, if you want to clip this down, Quellen takes 5.
5, okay. Didn't he take 4 and go down last time?
That was in his weakened state.
Oh, he was already weak.
He has been fully revitalized, so he has 11 hit points.
Okay. I was going to say.
Ooh, so he
just
took a
normal
decent bit
hit
of
points.
damage there.
Actually, you
He's
know
like
what?
half health now.
Because of him being full and he is considered your companion, I'll have you roll for his hit points. So go ahead and roll 2d8 + 2. And
I
see
have
what you get.
2d8.
There you go.
7. So
7
9.
total. 9? Yikes. We'll say that he's still a little weak. Because it has only been a week since you found him, more or less. So
True.
we'll say that he's currently in a weakened state. So he'll take 5 out of 9.
So he's on 4.
So he's on 4, but he dodged out of it, and it doesn't matter which side he dodged to. Now
Yeah, he's a medium, so he would have fit the tunnel.
it doesn't matter
Yeah.
now. At the
Right.
time, it would have mattered, but because you figured it out, it's fine. So he's good, but roll a Constitution saving throw for Quellen, please. You're muted.
Oh, we lost him.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
I like that.
Ooh.
It's a +1, I think.
That's 12.
Quellen has 1 point of exhaustion.
No.
Not like it really matters for Quellen, but a long rest will fix that.
Still sad.
Yeah. But
He
as time
tired, the
fades,
boy.
yeah, he's a tired boy. But you guys are starting to get tired. You could press forward, or you could try to set up a little base camp here as time has gone by.
I mean, there was that earthquake. It could happen again while we're sleeping.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I think our best bet would be to just carry on.
Maybe a short rest? Perhaps? I really don't want to linger here for too long.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Let me see if exhaustion will fade on a short rest. I don't think it does.
I do not believe it
I don't
will.
think so.
I don't think it will. D&D exhaustion. Let me see. Where the hell is exhausted? Exhaustion. Okay.
I believe you need food, drink, and a full long rest.
Finishing a
for
long rest
exhaustion.
reduces a creature's exhaustion by 1.
Okay.
So, yeah, this will not fix it, but, you know. Okay, so you guys are going to take a short rest.
Yep, and I'm going to use one of my hit die, so I am now
Do-
all expended.
Do you think a wolf gets hit die?
Oh, well, we rolled d8s for it.
I'm gonna give him a hit die. Fuck it.
Let's go. What hit die?
Or you should roll it. Roll a d8 for Quellen, because I think it's d8s.
Okay, I'll roll it for
I'm
me.
also going to roll a d8.
It's 1 HP.
Nice.
So I go. I didn't really need that much anyway.
Yeah, you're down 2.
4 HP back.
It's pretty good.
And Quellen, my boy, he gets 7, so he's good as new.
He's back at full. He's still a little exhausted, but he's a little bit better rested now. So as this hour takes way, light activity is easy enough to handle. If you would like to do any sort of reading, any sort of just anything I would consider light would be permissible here.
Sakado will be reading through the book about volcanoes and stuff.
So you go ahead and you read the top. Go ahead and make a investigation check to see what you can pull from the book.
Well, this went so well last time.
Meanwhile, what are you doing, Volstagg?
Just relaxing.
Okay.
Taking it all in.
6.
6. You basically just reread what you read the first time. That about 400 years ago, Quivervast first erupted and hasn't erupted since. But the first time it erupted, it shook. I mean, it says people in Ataro felt it the first time. It shook the entire continent. So that's all you get. Volstagg, also, you remember you still have the staff, the bag, the book, and your sword if you want to do anything with those.
Yeah, I did forget about the book. I want to flip through the book.
Okay. You open it up, and immediately some of the pages are still damp and just kind of not soggy, but like to the point where like you can still feel there's some moisture on it. And as you flip through it, for the first time since maybe some of your teachings with Hogun, you immediately recognize this as Druidic. And at first, because of how infrequently you actually deal with Druidic, at just a moment you were like, I have no idea what this says. But then you like stare at it, and the longer you stare at it, the words start to form and shift, and they actually do. They actually shift and change to be readable. And you begin to read through it. Go ahead and make an investigation check to see what you can pull from the book.
I got a natural 2, so 4.
Okay. As you're reading through it, the writings are sporadic, confusing. The grammar, the way in which it's written is more like notes rather than journal entries. Just short phrases, short concepts, short questions, scribbles, scratches. From what you pull, the little information that you do is mostly repeated through her monologue that she had spoke before she had been dispatched. She refers to herself as Mother Vile. And she refers to herself as the savior of the Durgar. Once again, reiterating the fact that she was trying to remove Caesarius as a garrison, to eliminate it so that people may move freely to the surface world and avoid oppression. And that's all you get. Some new, mostly not. But at least now you have a name you can attribute to a face.
I'll close it and just kind of let it marinate. I won't say anything yet until I perhaps get another chance to really focus on it and learn.
Okay. Do you wish to check anything else that you have recently come into possession with?
Yeah, check out the staff.
Okay.
A little bit. Gotta wait till the surface world to mess with the bag.
Okay. You hold the staff, and it is just a simple druidic focus. It has no other discernible properties to it. Very similar to the staff that you had Thybrick make for you, or obtain for you.
Okay.
It was just something to channel her energy. So, it's cool, though.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Is that it? Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. So, Sakura, yeah, you guys basically finish reading at the same time, more or less. You guys feel ready to go. So, your short rest has went through if you wish to trek forward.
I just snapped the book shut. Well, that was completely hopeless. I learned nothing new. You think we're ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Get the hell out of here.
Okay. Oh, yes?
I muted my mic because I thought I had to sneeze, but as soon as I muted it, didn't have to sneeze.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought you had a question.
Always sucks.
So
Yeah.
you guys go ahead and you begin to start making your way through. It hasn't been a new day, so to speak. Well, you don't know that, but it doesn't feel like it has been. And you begin to trek further and further down. So go ahead and just somebody make a general survival check. Are you lighting another? Are you gonna light another torch? Are you gonna?
Yeah.
Do you have any other means?
I'll light another torch.
Okay. So whoever wants to go ahead and make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Oh,
Wisdom
sorry,
save.
not a survival check. I don't know.
I was like,
what?
what is happening here?
I'm all types of fucked up right now.
Can I get assistance on it?
Yeah. If he's gonna help you.
Cool.
How about you?
All right. Nat 20 and an 18.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You make it through. With this next leg, I'll say that because of how well you're traveling, you guys won't need to roll for another Constitution saving throw. As you rested on top of just efficiently moving through. Quellen is moving slower, so you guys are kind of moving at a slower pace to accommodate for him. As you can just see he's breathing really heavily. His torso is kind of just inflating and deflating really fast to accommodate for the lack of oxygen down here. But over time, you're doing fine. But at a certain point, you remember being in these tunnels for a while. And for miles, it was nothingness. But at a certain point, you see that there is another piece that has collapsed and formed this wall with just chunks of rock. Another area that seems to be affected by this. But you can see that the ground underneath, like maybe 5 feet before that, has cracked open. And that there is, well, from that distance that you're at, it looks to be a descending pit. You can't really tell. It looks maybe like it's sloped at, not like a drop, but almost like a slide type of situation.
Are we able to... I'm trying to think of what to do here. Would we... It's... So is it separating, like, our path, like, we can't cross it, or...
So you could like jump over it. It's a hole a little bit bigger than the one you dug.
Okay.
You in theory could jump over it, but the platform between the fallen wall that has blocked and the hole, it's only like a 2-foot ledge
Okay.
that is left there.
So we're gonna have to... Ooh.
Do we know how deep the hole is? Like, if it goes anywhere?
You have no idea. You could check if you would wish. At this point, you're kind of just standing at it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw the torch down.
Okay, just throw it down and you watch. And then you hear a splash.
Water.
Probably about doing the math in your head of the amount of time it fell, it traveled, it kind of rolled down actually like a slide thing, and then eventually hit water. You think maybe like a 25-foot drop.
Okay.
Or decline.
Okay, so 25-foot decline. I guess I look at Sakano. Well, do we chance it?
Well, does it look like we can move the rocks, or does it look like the rocks that blocked our path previously?
They're hefty rocks. You could attempt it, but like I said, the ledge isn't very big. So you would be trying to move heavy rocks basically on like you were scaling a building. Like one wrong move and you're going to fall into the pit. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's possible. I mean, you could do it. Like anything is doable, but who knows the results of that.
you know what? Let's chance it. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are going to travel underneath water.
We're gonna travel underneath water.
Is that what you want to do?
Ooh.
Because at that point, then we would have to start working with Constitution saving throws to breathe and figure out all that. I believe now Volstagg would have access
Yeah,
to water
I mean,
breathing.
I give it to everyone?
That gives it to up to 10 people, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't prepare it though.
So that would require a long rest. Which, I mean, it's not like anything's chasing you. But
We know there is another side to this. Could we not just, like, try and badger again?
in theory,
I mean, if there's a hole, we could, like, use the already pre-dug hole to get a head start.
it's up to you.
I mean,
You could attempt it.
I was also looking.
Like I said, you can attempt to do anything. Whether or not it is going to succeed is up to the dice.
Do I risk hitting my crowbar again?
And cause another earthquake? Yeah, okay.
Oh, here comes the sneeze.
Oh, here he goes.
Finally. It's not gonna happen now.
No, no.
Whenever you say you're
Yeah,
gonna sneeze,
you
don't
can't.
sneeze.
You
Yep,
can't announce it. Come on, dude. Really?
I know. Well, I was preparing you guys. So I was kind of thinking I could possibly wild shape into an aquatic creature
That's true. You can do that.
and pull you guys along.
But you could
But
only.
we don't know.
You don't know how far it goes.
Yeah.
You could. I don't want to influence, but you could scout it beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I
That's-
was thinking. You could just, like, swim, see what it's like, come back, and just tell us.
Okay.
I'll form a psychic whispers with Volstagg if that's what we're doing.
I think that'd be a good thing to do.
Okay.
Let me look for something that can swim.
I believe right now you have access to just straight up fish, frogs, eels. I think you get snakes, and I think you even have sharks at this point.
I think I have a type of shark, but I don't see it.
I think it's hunter shark, maybe.
That's what I thought.
You should be able to do hunter shark.
Shark ABCD.
If it's not in there, you can
put
add
it
it.
in here.
You can add it because you would have hunter shark.
We must not put it in here.
Let me check because maybe it's not. Maybe it's too high. D&D hunter shark. Maybe it's too high.
Oh, reef shark. I have a reef shark.
Is that what it is?
Yes, I have reef shark.
Hunter shark is challenge too. If you want to add hunter shark, because I think reef shark is less.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so you would have access to hunter shark. Yeah, because reef shark is CR 1/2. Measly shark. Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and do if you want to add hunter shark, however you want to do that, you can do that.
Hunter shark. Okay, yeah. But the hunter shark is a large beast. I don't know how much room we've got.
Well, I mean, you assume that it gets wider to accommodate for the water as you go down.
Okay.
So you would have to like get in the water first, and then wild shape.
Okay, so yeah, I'll step into the water and I'll wild shape into a hunter shark.
Okay, you have wild shaped into a hunter shark. And so you're just gonna scout.
Yeah.
Okay. Go
And
ahead.
I've got connection for 6 hours.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
How long does that last? Like, or eventually, like, will a distance break it?
Within 1 mile.
1 mile. Okay. So you go ahead. You start traveling. And go ahead and make 2 different checks for me. Make a stealth check if you're trying. Well, if you're trying to be stealthy, make a stealth check. If not, don't worry about it. And then
I wasn't trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned now, but
No,
Yeah.
I didn't
point out stealth. It's just
If you want to, that's your
Nope.
call. And then a perception check with your
Perception
perception and stuff because you keep
Right.
all mental.
which my perception is a +4. 6
Okay.
with the +4.
You begin to swim, and as you begin to swim, you sense that you go and you start swimming for about 2 minutes, and it has opened up a fair bit, but eventually it keeps going and it opens up into this larger cavern, and immediately you see these bright steam vents that are shooting up these columns of hot water. You can see that at the base where the steam's coming from, this is all underwater, by the way. There's just bright material, matter. You don't know what, maybe lava or something of the sort. They have opened up and are shooting up these different steam vents that are all, it's bright, it's hot. The water temperature drastically increases, and it's just this larger cavern, and you can see another side where it looks like it goes back to a tunnel. But at this point, you've already been traveling for about 2 minutes 30, and you haven't even crossed the cavern. So you're not quite sure how long either Quellen or Sakato can hold their breath, but it seems traversable, but they would have to hold their breath for a long time.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say in my shark head, I could do it in this form. I don't know that you and the wolf would be able to hold your breath this long, though.
How long do you reckon it would be?
What?
I mean, you're at 2 minutes 30 and you haven't even crossed that cavern. Then there's another area that continues for you anywhere from 5 minutes if it ends right at the end of that, or indefinitely. You don't know.
I was just 5 and up minutes.
Yeah, no, I definitely can't do that. I'm also quelling as well. This is tough.
Go ahead, Volstagg, Sharkstag, make a wisdom check.
A wisdom check?
Just a wisdom check. Just D20 plus your wisdom.
Nat 20.
In your head, you understand. You begin to start calculating. You begin to start thinking to yourself. You think about the optimal way to go about this. At least one way, right? There is going back up to the surface and trying to break through the rocks. That's one way. Whether or not that works, who's to say? You could continue traveling, eventually maybe lose connection with Sakado, but try to find the end. Then report back. Or you could go back up, take a rest, and you know that you could give everybody water breathing. But
Then we're down here.
the only thing concerning you, right? Because you're not being chased, there's no visible danger. The current threat right now is what if an earthquake happens?
Right.
But you assume that threat could be eliminated if watches are kept. And also, Sakado only sleeps for 4 out of your 8 hours. Which means that if an earthquake is to happen, one of you could help the other. But be that what it may, you also understand that for a while, right? Because 2 minutes of underwater travel is pretty far still. For a while, it's, even with dark vision, it's pitch black. Like, yeah, you can see grays, but it doesn't really help in the sense. And you can't light torches underwater.
I have blind sight.
As a shark?
I have, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Sakado doesn't have blind sight.
No.
But you do know, or at least hark back to, at least, yeah, okay, you can't light a torch, but the sword was emanating a light. So you could potentially use that as
It's electric.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. What is my Arcana? Let's do 10.
You know that magical lightning and physical lightning are two different things.
Okay.
The impact that has on water, you don't know.
Shit.
But you remember that while you were holding the blade and not necessarily attacking, it wasn't sparking per se. Just the storm within it was surging and light was emanating from it. It seemed that the lightning only sparked. And you don't know much about this blade. You haven't really spent the time to understand it. But you know that when it is activated, it at least won't spark until you start swinging. So those are some of the things that you just pick off based on passive perception, observant, and the roll.
Sakado, do you think I should go further and see what the other side of this tunnel looks like? Or should I come back?
Well, it depends on what we're going to do next, because you said we definitely can't hold our breath for that long. Do you have a plan for that?
Well, if the tunnel is clear and we rest, I can prepare a water breathing spell.
And we have the risk of the earthquake.
Or I can come back and we can chance it with the ledge.
I say you keep going. Who knows? There might be something that could help us down there anyway.
Okay. And I'll progress.
All right, and banking off that perception check, what was it again? It was a 10?
Yeah.
Or was it less than that?
I think it was a 6.
I think it was a 6.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so banking off that, you just continue forward in the path. The cavern opens up. You're just kind of dodging and weaving these steam vents. And eventually you leave that area. It's maybe a 60-foot cavern that you traverse across. and eventually make it back into a more tunnel-like underwater cavern. And for about another 10 minutes, which at that point I think you might lose connection because you're starting to get further and further. I feel like...
How many feet are in a mile?
You would be moving... What's a shark's swim speed?
45.
You're moving 45 every 6 seconds. Because you can move 45 in one turn in combat, and that's 6 seconds.
5,280 feet in a mile.
Okay, hold on. Let me do the math. So, you've been going for 10 minutes. 10 minutes times 60 seconds is... So, 600 seconds.
600 seconds and you move 45, so 4.5 feet per second.
No, it's 45,
So
45 feet a second. Or, oh no, you're right, 4.5... Wait, is that
no,
right?
it would be 45 divided by 6.
45 divided by 6, which is... I can't believe we're doing math right now, but it's fun, I guess.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Sorry.
I hate math.
Yeah, well.
45 divided by 6 is 7.5, and then times that by 600, right?
Yeah.
4,500, he's still within range.
He's still within range. Good for him.
Wait, actually, no, because there would be the extra 2.5 minutes
you're right.
before that.
We'll say that we'll say that as you're moving, you feel it cutting in and out. Like a radio. Like a walkie-talkie. And so you have realized that at that point that it is starting to cut, but it looks like it's about to stop. You can see the water kind of getting shallower. That makes sense. So you're it's like a 12-minute journey.
Okay, it's not terrible. Okay, well, when it starts getting shallower and I know I won't be able to like turn around as easy, I will flip around and head back.
Okay. So that's, a total of 20-ish minutes, so you're fine because it's an hour. And eventually you see the surface. You can see Sakado and Quellen kind of peeking into the hole, but you won't be able to fit out of it. So.
Okay, so yeah, I'll deactivate my wild shape.
Okay.
And then I will, come out and be like, it'd be about, what'd we say, about a 10-minute trip?
About a 12-minute, 13, pushing
trip.
13.
Okay. It'd be about a 13-minute trip, but we'd have to stay here so I could prepare the spell. Or we can take the other route.
It's just a matter if another earthquake goes off. I mean, one after another, it is... Don't really know earthquakes all that well, but I feel like one after another wouldn't be that unheard of.
Oh no, not with the aftershocks, but... Okay, would we get the sense that maybe that was just the start of something bigger, or would we think...
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Because you would assume that if this was to be a big one, there would have been an earthquake before it, maybe, or maybe at least some signs. It was strong, but it didn't linger. It was over pretty quick, right? It's not like after everything collapsed, things were still shaking a little bit, right? It was kind of just one and done. So if there were to be more, you would assume there would have been at least some sign of that. Maybe some, like you said, some aftershock. But it was kind of just one and done.
Okay.
Based on your knowledge, you can safely assume that the volcano did not erupt.
Okay.
Because you know that the last time the volcano erupted, people in Itaro felt it.
Yeah, it would have been pretty strong given how close we are. So that just means it is more likely Sakado caused it.
You would know that if Quivervast erupted, you would both be dead.
Great.
Because in theory, if they could feel it in Ataro, the vicinity you are at, it would have collapsed the entire cavern. So, keep that in mind. So,
I mean, I don't think the volcano is going to erupt.
it's safe to assume that it hasn't erupted. Whether or not the earthquake is the volcano's fault, you have no idea.
What if the earthquake sets off the volcano?
That is possible. That's the one thing that you remember from the book, is that because people don't believe that it's dormant. People don't believe it's just done, or I think that's what dormant means. People don't think that it was a one and done. People still think that it was active. It just hasn't erupted. And
I think that would be dormant.
A strong enough quake could cause it to erupt. But you believe it would have had to be something stronger than that, probably.
I say we just stick with this water-based option.
All right. Well, then let's get comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go ahead. Are you going to let Sakado get his 4 hours first and then rest? Or are you going to try to rest and then let Sakado get his 4 hours?
Yeah, I'll let Sakado... Actually, I'll rest, let Sakado get his 4 hours, and then that way I can start doing the rituals. Because they are a ritual spell.
Okay, so you're going to sleep first.
Yes.
Okay. You go ahead. You sleep first. Sakado, roll a perception check for me to just keep an eye out on the area and sense for... You're basically, at this point, sensing for earthquakes.
Oh, baby, don't let me down. Ooh. What? What's my perception? Plus 6. 15.
15. You're kind of sitting down, back up against the wall, hands touching the ground, just feeling as much of the cavern as you can, just to any semblance of a shake. You sit there and you kind of just relax and you're just breathing. Kind of Quellen's just laying in your lap gently. For the next 8 hours, right? Do you stay up the whole 8 hours and then sleep after he wakes up?
Yeah.
Okay. For the next 8 hours, you sit there.
Wait, actually, how long rests work?
Can you?
Would doing a ritual count as light activity?
A ritual?
Yeah.
I would say a ritual is light activity. Sure.
Okay, because then he only has to
has
sleep for
6.
6 and then 2 hours of light activity.
But I think with a long rest though, I like the thought, but I think a long rest specifically said. Well, let me check actually, because you guys.
A
It
long
says
rest is
8
a period,
hours.
at least
or
8
6.
hours. During which a character sleeps for at least 6 hours and performs no more than 2 hours of light activity.
Is that really what it says?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, long rest is a period of extended downtime, at least 8 hours long, during which a character sleeps or performs light activity. Wait, so a long rest, you could just read a book for 8 hours? That doesn't seem right.
No, you have to sleep
No,
for
you
at
have
least
to
6.
sleep for 6.
Wait, where does it say that?
Oh, that says on our thing.
Which a character sleeps for at least 6 hours.
Oh, it
So,
doesn't.
so
then-
you can sleep for 6 and read a book for 2.
It doesn't say that on mine, but if it says it on your guys's, all right, cool. So yeah, you can sleep for 6, wake up, and do something light for 2 more hours.
So wait, does that mean I only have to sleep for 3 hours?
No, because I think it specifically says that is a 4-hour trance, because you're already doing less than the average. Like, because this is 8 hours of downtime we're talking about. You only have to do 4 for your stuff to get back.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so after 6 hours, Volstagg, you wake up. Sakado, you enter your trance. And Volstagg, you can do light activity. You can examine any things you have. Read anything that is light, and you can continue forward with that.
Will Quellen be no longer exhausted?
Quellen needs to... If Quellen slept that whole time, then yes.
Okay.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. I guess while he's in his trance, I will start preparing the ritual. And also, because I'm assuming that won't take the full 4 hours.
No, I think a ritual. What does it say on the casting time?
It says casting time 1 action.
But you're going to cast it as a
I'm not-
ritual?
It is a ritual. That's why I'm confused.
So when you have a spell that says ritual, what that means is you can cast the spell without expending a spell slot, but it takes an additional 10 minutes on top of the original casting time. So this would imply that this will be a 10-minute ritual, and you will not expend a spell slot in doing so.
Okay. So yeah, I'll get everything ready to perform the ritual, but I won't do it obviously until he wakes up.
Okay.
So then while he's in his trance, I want to take another crack at that book.
Okay. Go ahead and make another investigation check to see what you can pull from the book.
That's a nat 1.
This time, even less so. It's almost as if it's not shifting properly, right? Your druidic is lackluster in terms of you were just kind of given these powers. They were not taught to you. Hogan taught you how to read this language very specific to the people of your kind, but you just don't. You're out of practice, and it's almost as if you're reading gibberish at times. You don't know what certain words mean, and you can't even find where it said where her name was. You just don't remember. And as you're reading through it, there's just this wellspring of frustration that kind of rings through your body, and you just close the book and place it on the ground. And as you just sit there, you feel a slight trumming at your side. Just a slight, like a very gentle shaking.
I'll look down towards my side.
You can see that the sword is just very gently reacting to your emotion of anger. It seems to be there is a very faint storm crackling. It hasn't lit up, but your emotion, your passion seems to be translated.
Interesting. I'll pull it out.
Shing. Kind of just makes that little unsheathing sound as you pull it out. You hold it in your hand, and as you grip it, the trumming, the shaking ceases, and the storm is just kind of gently flowing on the inside. And you, now looking at it, you're kind of holding it kind of like across long ways. You can see that on the blade, right? The handle and the crossguard are these golden accented, very detailed, very delicate creations with, at the end, it's the pommel is crystal clear as well, and you can see that there is a small storm circulating through that as well. And on the sides of it, right, on the blade pieces, there is writing. Or runes, runic writing, runic carvings, inscriptions. What languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, Druidic, and Orc.
You look at the writing, and you are unable to read it. You do not know what it says. Go ahead and make a history check. There's a lot of history checks going on today, but fuck it, I guess.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Just bounce back and forth, I guess.
Through your studies, and language right now is not your friend. Druidic is not being kind to you because you're out of practice, but you're able to recognize that it's Druidic, just like how right now you're able to recognize that this is Elvish. The way in which the signifiers of it, it's very flamboyant, it's very eccentric, much like the Elvish culture. It's very regal, and those indicators allow you to understand that it is a series of inscriptions that are in Elvish.
Well, I'm not going to wake Sakato up. So I'll go ahead and resheath it.
Okay.
And I'll wait till he is out of his trance.
Okay. So the rest of the hours go by. You prepare the ritual. And Sakato, you do eventually wake up. You can see that Volstagg is kind of sitting on the ground with all these different druidic trinkets that are all laid about in a very specific, ornate fashion. You remember things like this being taught to you, Volstagg, by Hogun, just making sure that everything is in their specific spot so that there is no room for failure. And you remember countless times where you attempted this and failed, and it was frustrating. But Hogun never hated you for that or thought of you less for that. He continued to push you to be better, to be the best that you could be in a way that was caring. And over time, you understood how to do it. So now you make sure, in his name, in his honor, to have everything in its proper place at its proper time to ensure things succeed. And you wake up and you can see that Volstagg is currently just sitting there in a deeper thought as you wake up.
Well, glad to see that nothing has gone wrong. I don't want to jinx us, but I think we should be good. As long as I don't hit anything with the crowbar again.
I'm not sure that's what exactly caused it, but
You can never know.
it's fair. Well, are you ready to breathe some water?
Well, just like last time we did. Let's do it.
Now, before I start this, I need you to make sure Quellen is okay with this. Because if he resists in any way, it won't work.
Okay. Time to roll the d8.
Okay.
That's a 5. 5 hours with Quallen.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, boy, I'm just letting you know that we might be going into water, but our friend here is going to do something so we can breathe. Yeah. You got that? Not if you've got that. Okay, good. Right. Just try not to resist any feeling you have. Yeah. It's gonna be okay.
Just kind of nuzzles into your hand.
I just, fluff his head a little bit.
Okay.
We'll get out of here soon.
And did you form a link with both Quellen and Volstagg, or just Quellen?
Yeah, I'll do that. Because he's gonna be wild shipping soon.
Okay. So you both go. You both have that connection now. He seems to be okay with it. So the green light for your spell is a go.
All right.
Just give a thumbs up.
Start meditating and let the spell reach out. I'm also going to do it on myself as well.
Okay. So you watch as for 10 minutes, this 10-minute process of basically taking these different pieces, kind of moving them in a specific pattern in the kind of dust that has been shaken from the ceiling of the earthquake, is drawing these inscriptions, connecting them with pieces and making this runic circle around all of the things that he has laid about. And eventually, with one touch of his bear totem, places it in the center, and he watches the glyph glows brightly, and this energy surges and wraps around all of you, and you can see that you watch as it kind of floats and then enters your mouth and fills your lungs. And as you sit there, the energy fades away, and your lungs feel a little heavier. They feel modified.
Does it feel the same as last time
It
this
does.
happened? Okay.
It's a little different because it was a scroll versus coming from somebody. The energy itself is different, but the feeling is the same.
Okay. Well, looks like I'm gonna be breathing some water.
Looks that way. So I'll stand up, walk over to water, and just kind of let myself fall into the water.
Okay.
Completely submerge.
As you do, you once again feel the sword vibrating gently.
As I'm falling into the water, I feel it do that?
As you're about to let yourself fall.
Okay. I'll look at it.
It is once again gently swirling. But it feels, you feel a pull to it. There is once again this feeling of drawing you to it.
Alright. I'll unsheath it.
Okay.
Well, not really unsheath, but pull it out of my belt.
Out again. Just a very gentle storm.
Okay. That just the little storm?
Just a gentle storm. But there's something
That's kinda-
about it. You don't understand what is trying to be conveyed to you.
Before we swim, Sakado,
Oh, yes?
I've noticed there's some runes on the end of the sword. I believe them to be elvish.
Oh, really?
Yes, would you mind taking a look?
Sure, pass it here. It's been a while.
Okay.
Alright.
You hand it over to Sakado. Sakado, you gently are holding it. The second it leaves your hand and touches Sakado's, the storm fades. Immediately. You hold it in your hands. You kind of line the edge of the blade. And it says in Elvish the word Kalase.
Kalase.
Oh. Is that all it says?
It just says the words on each side. Kalase.
Kalase.
Well, there's no real information on this thing. It's just Elvish word for clarity. I don't know, do you, like, feel armor or peace or something?
I don't particularly know yet. I noticed last night when I was a little frustrated, or early this morning, it was sparking, and now was sparking again. So I'm not sure.
And as you grab it back in your hands, you think of the word clarity. You think of the word Kalase. And as you think about those two ideas, the storm begins to rage more. Especially when you think of the word Kalase.
I'm gonna kind of point the sword away from Sakado and Quellen and, like, kind of outwards and Kalase. Say it out loud.
It starts sparking, and you watch as it glows bright as the storm begins to enrage within the blade. Invoking this word, you watch as the runes light up as the sparks begin to crack along the blade. The shaking has stopped as you have kind of gripped onto it, controlling what is within. Just with the speaking and invoking of a word.
Interesting.
Well, that suddenly does something.
It does. I'm still not really sure what it does, but it did something.
I'm sure Willigen would love that. That's odd.
I'm sure he will. But first we gotta get to him. Now go
That
ahead.
is true.
I'll sheath the blade.
Okay, you sheath it, and it loses all energy within.
Okay. And then I'll fall backwards into the pool of water.
Splash into the water, and you are now within the water.
Okay. Kind of sink down to get out of sight from them.
Okay.
And then as soon as I'm out of sight, I'm going to wild shape into a giant octopus, and you'll just see two tentacles come flying up and grab onto Quellen and Sakado.
Pull inwards. Okay.
I mean, if it was the shark, I was just going to tie a rope on you.
Yeah, that too. Okay. You are now underwater, so all of you go ahead and make. Well, no, there's no need for Constitution saving throws. I guess really there's no need for anything here except maybe a survival check.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I'm assuming he probably can't really assist me since I'm underwater.
Yeah, I would say probably not.
Would Quillen have to make one?
Well, you all are breathing fine, so I don't necessarily know if Quellen would need to make any check. What kind of check again?
Survival.
I think just
Speaking of. Yikes.
I think just Volstagg would need to do survival.
Oh.
Probably.
He can breathe.
Well, that's good because I rolled a 2.
Okay. 14 plus 7 is
21.
21.
Okay. You go ahead and you start making your way through, kind of using the rest of your tentacles to kind of climb the edges, pull yourself through the cavern. And eventually, after about 2.5 minutes, you reach this larger area where the steam vents just psh, psh, psh. Sakato, this is the first time you're seeing this.
Perception check.
Yeah, everybody make a perception check, actually.
That's a natural 1.
Okay, you see nothing.
It's
That's
underwater.
cocked because it landed on my keyboard. Perception. That's a 9.
Make a perception for Quellen. It's a +1. Actually, wait, does he have a... He has a +3 to perception, actually. It specifically says that.
Well, tiny dice for tiny doggo. 7.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Total.
No, perception. I would use my own perception, right?
You use your
Or
own
would
perception.
I use the octopus? Okay, yeah. Damn, the octopus has a really good perception.
I think you can actually choose. Let me see.
Can I?
D&D choosing wild shape perception.
I feel like perception would be something that you don't borrow from the creature.
Let's see. When I wild shape... let me see. Your game statistics are replaced by the statistics of the beast, but you retain your alignment, personality, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. You also retain all of your skill and saving throw proficiencies in addition to gaining those of the creature. If the creature has the same proficiency as you and the bonus in its stat block is higher than yours, you can use the creature's instead. So if the creature has a better thing than you, you can opt to use it.
I'm gonna opt to use it. So my 9 goes up to a 12.
Okay. And Quellen rolled a 7. Let me go ahead and I need to do something. Okay. You don't see anything. And you eventually start moving forward. And as you begin to move forward, you see just a very faint movement, or at least you think so. And you look over and there's just rock. It's just a piece of rock on the wall. And eventually, out in front of you, you can see just the faintest bit of movement, very slow movement. And you can see that it is this large fish-like creature with a very hardened exterior, almost like the rock around. You can see within it cracks where there is a faint glow coming from it. These dark, solid black eyes and this gigantic, toothy maw with what appears to be a little lure dangling from the top of the head very gently. And you watch as it begins to pulse out. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy, would we have disadvantage because we're technically being held by Volstagg? Or what would I?
I mean, it's like a free... like, you can let go at any given moment, I would assume.
I mean, I am underwater and I'm not fit for water, so...
I
I
mean...
was just thinking along them lines.
Yeah, sure. I guess disadvantage on initiative would make sense here.
I am only hindering myself.
You know what?
You are.
I appreciate you for doing so. I'm going to give you inspiration.
Well, there you go.
So you can give yourself advantage on something or give yourself neutral on something anytime you wish.
This thing doesn't have initiative.
So let me go ahead and share. Oh, I need to open this up.
I'll save that inspiration.
I appreciate you for doing that, though. That's very kind of you, I suppose.
I rolled a 10 and a 3, so I'm at disadvantage. So that will be a 8.
Yikes. Okay, so let's go ahead.
I got 10.
And so you're a giant octopus, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay,
Big
I
boy.
just want to make sure that I'm getting everything proper here. Okay, so
Well, at least Volstagg goes before me.
so Sakato, here you are.
Always nice.
Bada bing, bada boom. Then we'll grab Volstagg, who is a big boy right now.
Last time we fought underwater, it did not go well.
Why did you fight underwater?
When did we find-
It was with
Look. This
Hope
is me.
and
I'm a giant octopus.
Oh, you're right. I mean, you weren't underwater, but you kind of did.
I was underwater for some of it. Volstagg was underwater for some of it.
I was in the water.
Oh shit! I didn't
Yeah.
do that.
That was before I could actually transform into something that could swim.
You turned into a lizard, but it didn't
Yeah.
do much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is a big boy.
Yeah, it is a large creature.
Ooh.
I didn't mean to do that.
Is this
Okay.
Quellen's first fight with us?
Technically, I'm not gonna put him on the battle map though because he's just
Yeah, I'm
he's
not
just
having him fight.
he's just a little guy.
And his first fight would have been against Amadeus, but he did get knocked out like instantly.
This is
I
true.
was gonna say, he's what started the fight.
Yeah, this is totally true. Okay.
Yeah, giant octopus really isn't that big.
All right. So we got that. All right. Let me go ahead and open my book so we can take care of initiative because I didn't do that.
I'm going last, probably.
Okay. What'd you get? You got a
8 total.
8 total. Yikes. Okay.
I got a 10. I rolled on D&D Beyond, but yeah, I
Okay.
got a 10.
And go ahead just for shits. Roll for Quellen.
I'll also do disadvantage for Quellen because, I mean, he's a dog.
Okay.
Pretty much.
His doge.
What would be his? His initiative just Dex?
His initiative is +2.
Oh, so he goes exactly the same time as Volstagg because I rolled an 8 plus 2 takes it to 10 and they have the same initiative.
Okay. So I'll write Volstagg plus Quellen, even though Quellen probably won't do anything because Quellen's very scared.
I do not want Quellen to do anything because he could probably get eaten by this giant anglerfish looking thing.
It is basically akin to a giant anglerfish with light emanating from it in this very rocky texture.
It's horrifying.
Which, not ironically, but very, makes sense, is moving first. It is very much a slow creature, you can tell. But it is going to use Hypnotic Lure. So, what it's going to do is you watch as the lure on its head begins to pulse bright with this very enchanting light. So, I need both of you, not Quellen, both of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this gonna charm me?
It is.
Oh, the
I get
octopus and I have the
advantage.
same wisdom,
Really? Octopuses are,
Yeah.
octopi are wise, I suppose.
I guess.
I don't like
24.
I don't like the look on either. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I don't like the look on either of your faces.
Mine was just because I had to do mental math.
Got it. Okay, 24. Sakato?
8. It
Eight.
was wisdom, right?
It was wisdom.
I rolled a 4 and an 8.
Okay, 8. And what did you roll, Volstagg? I'm sorry, one more time.
I rolled a 17 plus 7 is 24,
You're
I
good.
think.
All right,
Okay.
you are now charmed as this light bursts forward. So, while charmed by this creature, a target is incapacitated, and if you are more than 5 feet away from this creature, you must move your full turn towards the creature.
And I'm assuming I won't be able to uncanny dodge either.
Well, it takes... You're incapacitated. You might, well, no, because...
I can reach it.
And it does say that you don't avoid opportunity attacks. But before... So, and it says you will take the most direct route, which we will get to in a minute. That is the creature's turn. It's going to stay right there as the lure is just swinging. You are unaffected. You just watch as it swings and you're like, okay, it has a light. Cool. But Sakado, you see pretty lights.
Oh, pretty light.
And you look, and you didn't really have a chance to see the creature. It just looks like a beautiful fish that is emanating a beautifully radiant light. And you feel inclined to touch it and be friends with it. That leaves Volstagg and Quellen. Quellen is standing there paralyzed in fear. And is not going to move. So,
Quellen.
Volstagg. It's weird. Because you are currently in your octopus form. But the way you remember that things work is that you still kind of have all of your things on you. It's this weird sensation. You can feel the sword trembling in your body still.
I'm imagining it as like one of my tentacles, just kind of like...
Yeah, it's like it's just vibrating, and you're extremely confused, and you continue to think in your head, Kalase, clarity, as it's just shaking. You don't understand why it's happening. Like, you're not in that form. But it's your turn.
Well, I probably am unaware that it charms Sakado, right?
You have no idea. Sakado just
Okay.
Sakado is reacting very slowly because of the water.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna swim up to this thing.
Okay.
You are carrying us, right?
You can drop him
Yeah.
as a free
I mean,
action.
yeah. I'll like go and
Okay. We'll say
dart
that
up there.
like this would have been. I'll zoom in actually just to get a.
I
better-
have 60 swim speed, so
Yeah.
I think I should be able to get there.
Yeah, and it's not in. It's not like impeded because you're an octopus, so you can get right there
Okay.
if that's where you would wish to get.
Yep. That's exactly where I want to go. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna make a tentacle attack at this thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Let me go ahead and check and see if there's any. Yep, you can just go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, can I not get right up to it? I want to be 15 feet away from it. 'Cause I have
Oh,
a
I'm
15
sorry.
foot reach.
Yeah, I'm. Brain
No, you're
fart.
good. I didn't think about that.
5, 10. So that should be 15. 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
Or technically, this is a 15-foot reach because you're
Yeah,
going 5,
'cause-
10, 15. So right there is 15-foot reach, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you just
All right.
one of your tentacles just whip out towards this creature.
That's a natural 19.
Natural 19. Okay,
So that's a 24 total.
you go ahead and you strike out. Sakado, you can still see things, right? You're just very confused, like why are you attacking this fish? And
It's a nice fish.
as you lash out, you watch as the tentacle goes whips forward. Lightning on the tentacle cracks on down onto this creature, shocking it. You watch as it takes the full brunt. You watch as it just transfers in, shaking the creature. You are extremely confused as to what's going on. And with that, you hit the creature. So go ahead and roll for the damage of the tentacle, because I'm not sure what the damage of the
2d6
tentacle
plus
is.
3.
2d6 plus 3?
2d6 bludgeoning. I don't.
Wow, that's a lot, actually. Okay.
12.
12 points of damage. Okay. Oh, shit. Hold on.
And it needs to do a roll to see if it's grappled or not.
A roll to see if it's grappled or not. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it is a creature, right?
Go ahead and also roll 1d6 lightning damage.
Oh, shit.
Let's
3.
go.
So how much was that total?
15 total.
15 total. Give me 1 second to look at this. Okay.
Electric Octostag, don't fuck around.
Yeah, you just you crack down on it as this light just emits outwards. And with that, if you would like to refresh your character sheet, you now have access to the sword known as Clarity. And it will tell you everything that it has to offer, as you have now unlocked all of the abilities that Clarity currently possesses. So, with that, what is the save that I need to make for this grapple?
Let me go back to it real quick, but I believe it's a DC of 16.
I mean, what type of save is it? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would assume strength.
If the target is grappled, escape DC 16. Oh no, it is grappled.
Oh, it hits on it grapples on hit.
Yeah, if this target
Yeah, I
is a
believe
creature,
that's what-
it is grappled.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. It's grappled. And then on my turn, I can.
Yes, on your turn you can try and break grapple.
Okay. And if I'm grappled, do I have disadvantage on attacks?
I don't remember conditions. Is that a
Because I want to make sure that I.
No, I don't think you do, because I remember the
a
one
grappled
shot I was
creature's
grappled.
speed becomes 0.
Okay.
The condition ends if the incapacitated creature, or if the creature's. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled. You just become 0.
Okay.
Or your speed's just 0.
Good to know. Okay. And so I have a question. If it's grappled and it tries to, even though you're not in melee, if it tries to, like, let's say bite you, could it, in theory, bite your tentacle?
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Okay. I just want to.
Yeah, because it can still attack.
Yeah, but I mean, because, like, technically a bite would imply you'd have to be right there. But I think
Right.
that if it's grappled via a tentacle, I think it would make sense.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means you're huge, bro. Like, think about
like
how spread out you are. Okay. That is your action. That is
well,
some of your
technically I
movement.
don't have to be too huge, I guess, because my suction cups are probably what grapple it.
Yeah. Well, I just mean your reach is gigantic. Like,
Oh yeah, the reach is massive.
in theory, you're
like,
huge.
Yeah, I have a 15-foot reach.
Okay. Is that your turn? You still have a bonus action if you wish to use it.
That is a cool sword.
Yeah, it's cool, huh?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right, with that, Sakato, it is your turn. You want to get to the pretty creature.
Let's
And
go, pretty light.
what it says, specifically here, you move the most direct route.
Oh no!
5,
I just realized what that means.
10, 15. So, as you walk into this, as you swim in, oh, actually, wait a minute. Well, it says, so your movement is halved in water because you don't have a swim speed. But it says you take your entire turn. So if you have to dash or whatever, it doesn't matter. So you get there. You are going to take damage from this as you basically swim into hot, boiling steam that hits you.
Would getting hit not also proc a thing where I can roll
We
to break out?
we will discuss that right now.
Okay, good.
So this is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 11.
That's a failure. All right. Ugh. You take 12 points of fire damage as the hot boiling water bursts into you, singeing your skin, boiling it, as like being cooked alive. But it's all for this pretty fish.
Pretty fish.
You get to make a saving throw because make sure I get this right. Whenever you take damage from a source other than the creature, you can repeat your saving throw.
Okay, and I get advantage on this, right?
You do.
It's wisdom, right?
It's wisdom.
How's a 12 looking?
A 12 is a failure. And you have made... And so now you're standing in this hot fire, or hot water, that is boiling and steaming upwards. That is going to end your turn, but it specifically states that a creature can make another save at the end of its turn.
Oh, come on, please, I swear, if I roll 6... Right, you know what? Big and small.
Okay. Damn. How are those real dice treating you, bud?
I kid you not. The big one rolled a nat 1. The tiny one rolled a nat 20.
Oh, wait, that's good.
That's great, but it's just the irony. The big one gets the
I,
small one.
I
but
thought you
small one gets
failed
the big
again.
I also thought you failed again. I was like,
Okay.
I saw the one. I was like,
Okay, you succeed, and you are now face to face with this gigantic. What's the word? Anglerfish with the lure dangling right above your head. You're right there, face to face with its mouth as your turn ends. It's gonna look at you and bite you.
oh no.
So.
It's gonna bite me with what? What roll we're looking at?
Oh, we're about to find out. So, it is going to. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, here we go. That's a 23 to hit?
Yeah, that's hitting.
Yeah, that's hitting. Okay. So you, my good friend, are going to take bada bing bada boom. You are going to take
Uncanny dodge.
oh my god, 13 points of piercing damage as it bites into your flesh. And then on top of that, you are going to take an additional, oh my god, I'm rolling fat, 13 points of fire damage as the teeth are this hot flame of steam. And you watch as it opens its mouth. You can look deep into its mouth and you can see glowing within the interior of the body that is glowing as the teeth just singe into you, burn, and they pull out, and the actual wounds are cauterized now. But it just bit into you.
Question.
Yep.
Would I only half one of the damage?
That's the
or would I
total
half
damage.
The 26 total.
It's total. It's
Okay,
total.
so I only take 13.
Yes, you will only take 13.
Ooh.
But you
I
watch
can uncanny dodge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It bites into you, it pulls out, and the actual wounds are steaming as they've been cauterized. And with that, to break free from the grapples in action, right? So I can't do that. It is going to... Well, no, because nobody is charmed, so it can't do that bonus action. All right, never mind. That's it for his turn.
back to Octostack?
Yeah, I'm going to remove Quellen, as Quellen has just kind of... is staying put.
It's down.
Volstagg, it is your turn. You currently have your tentacle wrapped around this creature. I forgot. You attacked it, right? I totally forgot this. The second you... So all it was just a lot was going on. And then the lightning hitting. The second your tentacles touched, you took 6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
As the actual core of this creature is hot to the touch.
Wait, hold on. Is this that magma snail thing?
No, it's not.
It's the fish.
It's close, though.
Because I remember you were talking about like the magma snail.
I'll be honest with you. This is a homebrew monster.
Oh.
Was it based off the magma snail?
Yeah, it's based on a magma snail. I wanted to do a snail, but it didn't make...
That's based off the magma snail.
It didn't make that
I
much
like it.
sense. The magma
Like
snail
a
was whatever.
Like a volcanic angler.
It's a
thing.
volcanic anglerfish.
This is cool.
Nice.
And
So
also killing me.
yeah, it's also fucking you up. Big time.
Yeah, oh shit. Okay,
Um,
I'm on 22.
is it my turn?
It is your turn. Yes.
Okay, so I will ungrapple, because I have to ungrapple in order to make another
Okay.
tentacle attack.
You unravel. You can see that the octopus flesh is cooked, almost like how you would cook and eat octopus in real life, as it has just been flash fired to the touch.
Well, I'm going to try and
So
burn it back with my tentacle attack.
now that
I guess.
you understand the part of the weapon, you have +1 to attack and damage in wild shape form. So make sure... I can't really add that to the sheet, but basically whatever it is to hit, you add 1.
I get an additional +1, right?
You get an additional +1 to the attack roll and to the final damage.
Oh,
So wait,
okay.
and also it says you can use a bonus action to say the word. Would that add another 1d6?
That's currently
or
what's
is
happening.
that-
The blade is reacting in a
Okay.
very unique way right now. And Volstagg, you do not know why, but it's basically activating itself right now.
Okay.
So that is currently what the lightning damage is.
So, that's going to be a... So normally it'd be a 16, but I get an additional +1, so 17.
Yeah, you get a 17, which does indeed hit. So go ahead and roll your tentacle damage.
Okay, so that's 2d6, right? But
2d
plus something.
It's 2d6 plus 3, but it becomes
Yeah.
2d6 plus 4.
4. Okay, so that is 11.
11. and 1d6 lightning damage
Lightning.
as you pull away and go and
6.
crack down, almost like a lightning whip. The entire tentacle is just shocking and sparking, just as it makes a loud
So
cracking
17
sound.
total.
So 17 total.
And it is grappled again.
Wow. Okay.
Will I get opportunity attacks if grappled?
Okay. Now, it's grappled, but you take
Yeah, I was gonna say I take some fire damage, right?
6 points of fire damage as you just wrap it around the creature, and it's just singeing. You can see the steam and the boiling just kind of erupting upwards. Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Sakura, it is your turn. Since you started your turn in the fire, you
This is
take...
good. Con saving.
Oh
throw?
my god, I'm so sorry. Yes, con saving throw. I'm rolling fat for your damage for some reason.
You're gonna kill me.
I'm not trying to!
16.
16 is just what you needed.
Oh.
You take half of 13 points of fire damage.
That's 7 because rounded up.
Take 7 points of fire damage as you have just been boiled even more with this. It is your turn, though.
Get out of the fire.
Yeah.
Because it's grappled, does it get opportunity attacks?
I don't know.
Because we need to check that because
I-
I'm on 15 HP.
I will be checking that. Opportunity attacks on...
Either way, I'm getting out the fire. I just want to know if I'm dead this turn or next turn.
Opportunity attacks on grappled. Do grappled creatures get opportunity attacks?
'Cause I don't think... It doesn't make sense that they would. But in this case, maybe because...
All I'm
it's
reading
fighting.
all I'm reading is that people are asking if you can grapple as an opportunity attack.
I'm seeing it.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I'm getting out of there.
I'm just gonna say no.
like-
People might be mad
I
at
found
me.
one
like,
that says, since moving a grappled creature uses your movement, not the grappled creature, it does not provoke opportunity attacks against... No, wait. That's against the grappled creature.
I'll say no. I'll say you can move freely. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay,
So-
right. I'm getting, like, right underneath Volstagg, so, like, 3 squares to the right.
1, 2, 3. Right there.
And I think I can get there because it's double movement and I have 30.
Yeah, so-
half movement because 35.
You would go 10, 20, 30. You're fine.
Okay.
And you still have your action and bonus action?
Wait, is swimming not half movement also? Half 35, 17 and a half.
Well, so instead of going 5, 10, 15, you would go 10, 20, 30.
So that would actually be 1 square to the left then.
Really? Because you
I
were right
wouldn't be
here,
able
weren't
to
you?
get- I was right there, but 35 half.
Yeah, well, it's not that it's half, it's that each 5 movement takes 10.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So you would be able to go 5, so instead of moving from here to here being 5, here to here is 10, here to here is 20, and here to here is 30.
So it doubles the movement needed.
Yes. It's not that it actually halves your movement, per se.
Okay, right. I'm gonna throw some blades at this boy. Would I
Okay.
get advantage?
It is engaged. Well, it's grappled. I think you have advantage on grapple. Anyway, it's engaged with Volstagg, so that is fine. So you will get advantage.
Go. Oh, actually, wait, hold up. 17.
17 does hit. Go ahead, roll damage. And sneak attack.
I was looking at that because I got a 9 in the fall. I was like, oh, come on. Right. 1d6.
Yep.
Ooh. And then sneak attack is 3d6.
Hearing you roll dice is so fun.
So only 1 dice was below 5.
Oh, shit.
So the knife does 5 damage.
5 damage. Is that plus your plus 5 for actually
The knife
hitting
does
it?
10 damage.
Because, yeah, it's 1d6 plus 5 for your knife. So 10 damage.
And then sneak attack does an additional 12 damage for a total of 22.
22. Go ahead and make your bonus action attack
With great pleasure.
with advantage.
That is sim modifier, right? Yeah, that's 19 to hit.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. 1d4 plus 5, I believe is what it is.
I'm getting to roll all my die except the d12.
Yeah, bro, I'm trying. You'll never roll that d12 probably.
You're rolling 5 damage for me, I'm rolling 5 damage for you. That's a max damage.
Oh, so what's that total? 31?
9.
Because you had...
Okay, so 9 on that.
It was 21, right?
31. 22.
22.
So 31, yeah.
31 points of damage. That is pretty crazy. You just go ahead and you go, boom, boom. And you watch as... Normally, you would know that throwing a weapon underwater or firing a weapon underwater doesn't actually work very well. But these are not actual weapons. This is energy pulsing through water. And so you just chuck them, and they just sail through the water and stab into the cracked, glowing spots, kind of breaking in. You watch as the creature begins to flail. You watch as the light on the head begins to flicker rapidly, as you have done a very hefty chunk to this creature. And it is not happy about it.
These damage die treat me well.
Yeah, I'm doing good on damage too. So that's always fun.
I can tell.
Yeah. Is that your turn?
Don't have any more movement. Already done bonus action. Yep.
Okay, with that, the creature is grappled, but is going to still continue to make a bite attempt onto you, Volstagg. And so what we are going to do is we're going to... Bada bing. Natural 20.
Ah, yeah, that's gonna hit.
Well, at least you're taking this one instead of me.
Finally, man! I've been rolling like shit! This whole, for the last, 12 episodes, man. Okay.
This is your time.
This is my time. This is going to be bad. I'm just going to be honest with you. So you're going to take... Because this is doubled.
You're wild shit, so if anyone had to take it...
That's fair.
You take 19 points of piercing damage.
Okay. That total?
No.
Or
On top
no.
of
That would have killed me.
16 points of fire damage.
Okay, so 19 plus 6.
I actually rolled really bad with that one.
That's 35, I believe.
35 total.
Oh shit.
Let me double check that.
This is the most damage I've ever done in this game.
Bro, you just topped my damage.
And I had to create a monster to do it.
You had to crit to top my damage.
Yeah, I had to crit to even get close.
What was it? 19 plus 14?
19 plus
Or
16.
16. Yep, 35. Damn,
35
nice.
points of damage.
Go to school, kids.
Yeah, go to school, everybody, please.
Helps with D&D.
And you're good still? You're still up?
I'm at 5 in my octopus form.
Okay, and with that, that's its turn. Can't do anything else. So,
Okay.
go ahead, Volstagg. It is your turn.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do
Okay.
is I'm going to slide down, so that way I position the fish over the steam.
You're gonna pull it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So, how does this work?
So I sent a thing I was reading.
Let me check.
When you move, you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you, but my speed is halved.
Oh, and it doesn't even make a save. It just comes with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you go down one like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
Oh, I'm gone.
You're there.
You guys are sharing the. You can share the space. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then he also comes down with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You bring him in. Okay. You bring him into the heat. And you watch as it has no reaction.
Yeah.
I was wondering that, but I thought,
I
we'll try
figured
it.
as
There is
much.
no reaction, but because technically your arms are within that fire, I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay, let's see.
It was a ballsy move, and I respect it. I respect it very much.
We gotta title this video Burn Baby Burn.
2.
Burn Baby Burn's pretty good.
Burn Fishy Burn. There we go.
Burn Fishy
I got a
Burn's
2.
good. 2. You are going to take... Oh! 15 points of fire damage.
I could have took. Oh.
So
It's
that means Volstagg is taking 10 points of fire damage.
It's 2d8 fire damage, and I almost maxed it right there.
Okay.
These are some hot steam vents, people.
Bro, you were rolling mad for damage today.
Yeah, I'm rolling disgusting on damage, and I'm happy about it.
I'm glad it happened now and not with the death beam.
Yeah, well, the death beam was... Well, no, yeah, I guess it's true. I could have rolled really high with the death beam. All right, so are you Volstagg again?
I'm Volstagg again.
Okay, so the grapple has faded, or at least for this instance has faded. And you are now back to this. I'll say that you got shunted right there.
Okay.
And the creature is just currently sitting there. You watch as it's menacingly just sitting in the column of steam, and you could just see its eyes and the little lure dangling in front. That was your action. No, that was your movement.
That was my movement.
Okay.
That was part of my movement. I think it was only like, I don't know how much.
Okay.
10 feet.
Yeah. So what I am going to do then, I am going to bonus action wild shape into a hunter shark.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do Control Z.
Yeah.
Okay, wild shape hunter shark.
And I'm gonna swim straight into that thing and bite it.
Just zoom, bump.
Yep.
Another Constitution save,
Yeah.
if you could.
Our saving throws up in half today.
He just wants me to give more damage out. He's being a nice guy, you know.
Yeah. 5.
Oh Jesus!
What is our saving throws?
All right, here we go. Oh, not so bad. 6 points of fire damage
Okay.
as you
Oh shit.
go in. Go ahead and make your bite attack, and you watch.
So I get advantage.
Oh, because
Because it's
blood frenzy,
wounded.
right?
Yes.
Quick note beforehand, Sakuro, you watch as while it was going on, this electric tentacles flowing outwards. You watch as he gets hit so hard, he reverts back into Volstagg, kind of is just floating there in the water. And you watch as in this envelopment of just thunderous electric energy, this spark, in the place is this hunter shark with this wide grin, and you look and there's sparks within the teeth. Just
I cannot wait for the direwolf.
just illuminating through the teeth, and you go to bite, which remember the +1 to attack and damage, and then the additional d6 lightning on top of that. As you just
So close. 19.
there you go. As you come down and as you bite into the creature, the sparks just outwards emanating.
All right. Where are my d8s at? Okay. So. Okay, so that's 11 points. Or do I get a +1 additional to my attack?
So it's a +1 to hit. So instead of
Okay.
what's the shark? What does it say for the bite of the shark?
+6, so it would have been +7, but I had a 19. So
Damn, you have a +6 to the. What is it? It's Hunter
Yeah.
Shark, D&D Hunter Shark. I should probably have that pulled up just so I know. Yeah. So with the Hunter Shark, yeah, it's a +6 to hit, so it becomes a +7 to hit,
Right.
and when you hit, instead of 2d8 +4, it's 2d8 +5 with an additional 1d6 lightning damage on top of it.
Okay, so that's 12 for my regular bite, +6, so 18 points of damage.
Okay. Let me go do the math. Yeah, this thing's bulky. What is that? You said 6 lightning?
Yeah.
Damn, you're rolling
So
fat.
18 total.
You're rolling fat on
Yeah,
the
I'm
lightning.
full and fat on the lightning.
Yeah, so there's something about this blade is really calling to you.
Something with the damage today.
Yeah, we're doing great on damage. Congratulations, guys. Everybody's getting their fair share of damage in today.
We're killing each other.
It's fun. Volstagg, is that the end of your turn?
That is, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Sakuro, it is your turn.
Right, okay. I'm definitely not able to get into a flanking position from this point.
I keep forgetting. You made an attack on it. You take 13 points of fire damage.
Oh, shit.
As when you bite into it, you bite in and steam from the puncture holes in the flesh of this creature. The steam just erupts and emanates right in your face, just singeing your skull. You see that it holds within it some form of energy that is released every time it takes damage. So, sorry, Sakuro, it is your turn, Sakuro.
I'm going to move up and to the left a little bit.
Like that?
Yep, so I can hit him without hitting the bull stag.
All right.
You just hear in your head, kill this thing.
Okay.
I'm trying. I do have inspiration, right? That wasn't a joke.
You do have inspiration. You also have advantage. Oh, no, you don't.
I don't, because it's not grappled,
Yeah,
which is why I was going to use
Yeah,
inspiration.
you can go ahead and do that.
Okay, let's mark inspiration off.
You know, using
Maybe.
something within you is illuminating.
20 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. Let's roll the first bleed. Okay. So that's 9, and then sneak attack, right? Because he's engaged.
You will get sneak attack.
with
Yes, you will.
4 4s.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so that is 16, 17, 21 for the first blade. I think that equals the last turn.
Go ahead, seal his fate for me.
Oh, I'm throwing a second blade.
Oh, you're gonna do it anyway? Okay.
Doesn't matter. 2.
Okay. That one misses, but go ahead, seal his fate.
Right, it's like it got kind of cracked skin, right?
Yeah, with little almost like a rocky texture, as kind of similar to when the cavern had cracked in the floor.
Okay, is there like a break in it where it's like kind of not rocky and it's like a fin sort
Yeah,
of thing?
it's like flesh.
Aiming right for that.
All right, you watch as it just goes in, kind of, and you watch as the entire body begins to shake, and just falls over, just floating, kind of the body being lifted up by the steam, as it's just upside down, floating there in a pool of its own blood.
Well, Volstagg, I did it. Let's go.
Okay, you guys booking it out of there?
Yeah.
We need to grab Quellen.
All right,
Grab Quellen, grab my fins, and
you swoop back in your shark form. Go ahead and just get Quellen on your back. Quellen is currently riding a giant hunter shark on its back right now. No biggie, you know. You guys begin in unison to, oh shit, didn't mean to do that. You begin to both make your way towards the exit of this cavern, making your way further that way. And as you do, it is a relatively straightforward path at this point going forward. For the next 10 or so minutes, with this kind of adrenaline rush burns all over you, you eventually make it towards this little place where the water gets shallower. And eventually, Volstagg, you're not going to fit anymore.
okay, I'll wild shape out, or yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Revert form.
Revert form. And you go ahead and you begin making your way, and eventually you breach the surface. There's this area that has made way, and you can see that it kind of leads to just a little bit upwards, a ledge that seems like flat, like it has plateaued. And eventually, without any worry, you were able to climb it and get Quellen up. And it is flat land once again, this narrow tunnel that is leading to God's nowhere.
Is it still purple?
It is relatively purple. It is a little bit grayer, though, you notice.
I think we're close. Let's just keep going.
I agree.
And it takes a while. But this cavern, you notice, is a much steeper incline. It's not like you have to climb it or anything. But as opposed to when you first entered the Underdark, it was almost no change for a very, very long time. And then eventually slowly started getting steeper. This is relatively steep. And being able to traverse it is no issue. But you realize that much quicker than before, the cavern goes from this dark, deep gray purple to lighter rock. And you notice too that water was kind of feeding into this like water was coming down the cavern in this small stream. And as you continue to make your way up, you eventually find this flat surface. You touch the top and you pull yourselves up. And you are now in this small, like, chasm-like structure. And you look outward, and in front of you is this giant wall of water. Thinking about it,
Like a waterfall.
you are behind a waterfall.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Didn't we go past a waterfall on the way in here? Like, into the mountain or Underdark?
My memory's not that good.
You just see the water coming down at this crashing rate.
Would it injure us to go under this? Screw it.
You're just running and jumping?
Wait, are we at the top of the waterfall?
You don't know. It's a cavern, and there's just water. Like, basically, it's this giant opening, and there's water. You can see on the other side of it, light.
I got an idea.
Okay?
What's the idea?
Gonna cast Thunder Wave. Just to try and, like, blow the water out to try and get, like, a sight. Might be, like, a real quick sight, but...
Okay. Let me go ahead and roll a saving throw for water real quick. It fails.
To make a perception check?
So you go ahead, you cast Thunder Wave out, and this energy whoosh, rushes forward. The blade at your side trembles with this casting. And as you shunt it forth, it kind of sends this sonic boom, like energy wave through, cutting the water in half for just a split moment, and you can see light, nature, the sky, the sun. You're gonna jump through?
Fucking it.
All right, Sakato, you book through, you jump, kind of swanning full arms out. Phew! You drop 300 feet. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, bro, you jumped off it without thinking. I could kill you right
I was
here.
I was just like...
But no, you
That
jump.
guy's dead.
Actually, you jump out, and almost immediately, water. As the entrance was towards the bottom, it was probably maybe a 20-foot jump. And it was relatively back, and you land in the pond, or the little lake area that's there. Go ahead, roll an acrobatics check for me.
Well, ain't it a good thing my acrobatics is so nice, and that's a 7. 18.
Yeah, you full perfect dive right in. If you would have rolled lower, you would have belly flopped, and that would have hurt like a bitch. A 20-foot belly drop, or belly flop, you'd have died. No, I'm just kidding.
I would have wanted to die.
You jump through, land in. Volstagg, Quellen follows. Let me go ahead. I will roll an acrobatics check. He rolled a 12. That's pretty good.
What's his acrobatics?
I don't know, actually.
I assume the DC would be 50.
Well, if his dex is +2, then that's a 14. That's pretty good. So he goes ahead. He jumps in. Doesn't dive, but I will say he takes 5 points of damage.
Yeah, half his health.
Because he can't dive. Or I don't. Can dogs dive? I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Volstagg, what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up to the edge of the waterfall and just... Are you guys still alive?
I'm good. That was a nice diving practice.
Okay.
Come join us.
I'm just gonna cannonball.
Okay, cannonball. No check needed. You just walk through. The force of the waterfall pushes you down a lot quicker than you maybe were expecting. It's not enough to cause damage. You land in, and the three of you are currently sitting there, the sunlight hitting you, illuminating for the first time, real sunlight. You look up, it's a clear, beautiful day as the waterfall, at the very peak of it, is about maybe 100-foot waterfall coming down and into this beautiful, like, relatively large pond, probably 60 feet across. Not necessarily a lake, but also not like a small pond. You can see that there are a couple of beavers swimming in the water next to you. And you are just kind of laying there looking about at the world and smiling as you do so. And with that...
I'm just picturing Volstagg just like laying, like, you know, doing a
just
back
a
float.
full, and with that, that's where we're going to leave this episode. As you have
We're out.
finally made it out of the Underdark back to the surface world with new memories, new artifacts, new items, and new knowledge.
New wounds.
And new wounds.
The wounds.
So thank
Yeah,
you
you
guys
get
so
nice-
much for being here once again. We rolled fat on damage. I'm happy about that. That was cool.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you guys for watching. We do really appreciate it. Go ahead and support everybody's links down below. Everybody's up to some really cool stuff. We're really excited for the things in the future. Go ahead and support the artists of the show. And without further ado, we're going to head out of here. So stay safe out there. We love you guys. Enjoy your squirt sticks, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.